100,000 followers on Clubhouse in under 2 months. Yes, I am recording this video in a robe. When you're on Clubhouse, no one can see what you're wearing. And no, I didn't steal this from a Marriott hotel. My apartment is inside of one. Now that we have all of that out of the way, I want to break down to you how I was able to hit 100,000 followers on Clubhouse in under 2 months. I still can't believe that this has happened, quite frankly. I'm amazed by this app, and I want to share with you the tangible takeaways so that you can have total clarity on how you can do the same thing and leverage the app not only for your brand, not only for your business to increase your revenue and make more sales, but also so that you can build a powerful network and have more opportunity come your way every day. So if you're here for it, smash the thumbs up, and yeah, my hair's wet too. The first thing that I wish I had known when I was starting out that would have gotten me to 100K followers way more quickly is to have gone and found clubs that have lots of followers. So let's take an example. The Impact Entrepreneurs Club is a club that I own, and I'm pretty selective about who I let in as a member, but we have tens of thousands of followers. Now, if anyone who's a member hosts a room under my club, their room immediately is put at the top of everyone's hallways, which means that everyone who follows my club will see that person's room, even if they don't have a big following. So let's say my club had 10,000 followers and you had 100 followers, you would actually have 10,100 people see your room, unless obviously there's a few people that are in, the middle of the Venn diagram. But this is a way quicker way to grow. And so even when I was recording this video last week, this whole strategy didn't really clock to me, which is kind of funny because I've now hit 120K followers. So if you're brand new and starting from scratch, find clubs, find the people that are at the top of the list of members, go and DM that person offering to do consistent rooms in that club, the same time every week or the same time every day, because then that's going to allow you to grow much, much more quickly. And then the club builds a pooled audience so that everyone who's hosting rooms under the club is going to be able to get their club room seen quicker and then therefore grow much more easily. So with that said, now let's get into the rest of the video with some of the stuff didn't take into account what I've now learned with that quick little hack there. So take everything else with a pinch of salt, bear what I just said in mind, combine everything else, and you have a killer strategy. And click the link in the description box below that will take you over to the Impact Entrepreneurs Club, and then follow it, because I'm only going to be accepting people in who are followers of the club, who often come into the club rooms and who participate. And then that's the people that I'm actually letting into the club to host rooms under the club, as well as my clients. So click that link, follow along, and get involved. Now, I really see there are 3 phases to Clubhouse success. The first is no followers to about 5K, then from 5K to let's say 20K, and then 20K and beyond. Because ultimately, the way in which you operate inside of each individual stage is going to dictate your success. So let's start at the very beginning. It's a very good place to start. So phase 1 of Clubhouse success, getting to your first 5,000 followers. It is fundamental that you optimize your bio. I did a whole entire video on that. I'll leave that linked in the description box below, or just click there and make sure that you watch that next. The reason why I found that the 5K threshold is important, and again, I don't like this concept, I don't think followers are everything, but frankly, it's what people want, so I'm giving you what you want right now. Getting to 5K followers is basically what a lot of big moderators look for. I'm gonna be straight up, there are back chats where people talk about this type of thing. And so when, let's say I'm hosting a room and then I have people hosting it with me, they're looking for people in the audience who have 5K followers or more. A lot of the big moderators do this type of thing. Honestly, I'm much more interested in bringing up people onto the stage who have really, really interesting bios, but being straight up so that you know the kind of back chat of Clubhouse, that's what they're looking for. So in order to get to that 5K followers, just watch my other videos. I've pretty much broken down the entire process. But what I have really learned, that to get to that 5K followers, it's going to be faster for you to do it through now taking yourself off the app and going into either Twitter DMs or Instagram DMs. Support other people, share them on your stories. If I see someone is constantly sharing my content on their stories on Instagram and they tell me that they found me first on Clubhouse, I am way more likely to pull them up in my rooms, because I can see that they're making an effort off the platform. And I think that that's pretty cool, right? And it's a great way to build the relationship. Another way to do it is to comment on their latest posts and then just say, hey, I have a question for your Clubhouse room. I've sent you a DM, the question, and then inside of your DM, just be short to the point, say the question how it is, and say the reason why you want to ask the question so that it can bring about a new topic for discussion. Great moderators are always looking for new angles to come into their conversation because it's a lot of work trying to think of new topics. And so if you can help them with that, then they're going to be grateful for you. And then if you come up onto the stage and also share a bit of value, then they're going to be more likely to keep you there. But really, getting to that 5K followers at the beginning is a case of just picking one topic and talking about that again and again and again and again. I help people when it comes to launching online courses and scaling online coaching and course businesses. So I stay to my lane, I stick to those topics. Then there's 5K to 20K followers. This is where you really want to try and collaborate with other moderators and other people in your space so that, let's say you're moderating in a room, then you see them pop into the room, you pull them up as a speaker, and then they'll do the same thing for you. So building these relationships, maybe making a pod of people in a WhatsApp chat, that's going to be something that's so valuable to you. Now, I didn't really start doing my own Clubhouse rooms until I had around 50,000 followers. But I've seen that if you have around 20K followers, then you have some other people who have a similar audience size. If you collaborate together and host rooms together, that is where you're really able to exponentially scale your audience. So when I hit around 55K, started doing my own rooms, that's when my following just snowballed uncontrollably. So that phase between 5K and 20K, that's when you really want to be focusing on just growing your audience size. And then after you've hit the 20K threshold, I did it at 55, but I would say 20K is better to start doing your own rooms. But in order to do your own rooms, collaborate with other people who have a similar audience size to you and then pull together to host your own rooms, because then your audiences will all be, some of them notified, or they'll show up in the hallway for other people to actually find you. So just to give you some perspective, in between, you know, where you have 5K followers to 20K followers, you want to just speak on other people's stages and then build your audience. And then after you've hit 20K followers, start doing your own rooms with other people, collaborate with them, and then you'll reach this point whereby you can actually do your own rooms totally by yourself. Now, I do some of them, they're much smaller rooms, but those are the rooms where it's really great for actually finding great clients for your business. So I do rooms on how to launch an online course and how to get coaching clients and how to scale your online business. And those are the rooms where really targeted people come in. I've noticed that sometimes I do rooms on social media, how to increase your brand, etc. And those rooms get much more people in there, but the type of DMs that I'm getting are not from the type of people who I can really serve. So I've noticed that if I'm hosting rooms with other people, I'll do a more broad topic, but then if it's one that I'm going to do by myself, I'll do it on one of my niche topics that people actually know me for. And I found that to be really beneficial. Clubhouse is unbelievable. And by the way, I wanted to share one other strategy that you can use to blow up on Clubhouse. So you can actually get people who are doing smaller rooms to bring you into their room and just do a 5-minute interview on you and make you out like you're the #1 expert in the world. So let's say I was to go into a room, maybe one of my clients is doing it, and there's not many people in there, like 20 minutes, but to their audience they would say, this is Lauren, this is everything that she does, she's amazing, all that, whatever they want to say, don't put words in their mouth. But then when you go into that room, then even if there's only a little audience, you best believe that everyone in that room is going to follow you, go over to your social medias, and maybe even become a client. So that's just something that you can do if you're seeing little rooms, just popping in there and organizing that offline. This really works when you have a bit of a following, because obviously the little rooms are going to want you with your following to go into their rooms to blow their room up and therefore help them build their audience. So thanks to my friend Gary for that hack, because that was very effective. Now I just want to go back down to the, if you have below 5K followers, don't be disheartened. Realize that you can grow your audience quickly, but it's not just about having a massive following on there. You can make a real impact by just finding a small group of people to do regular rooms with. So what I've started doing with some of my clients, because I have the Impact Entrepreneurs Club, I've started saying to my clients, hey, you can do rooms under the Impact Entrepreneurs Club, so that then my clients can collaborate together and host these rooms under the club, because when they host the rooms under my club, what ends up happening is those rooms are then shown to all of the followers of my club, right? And so that's something else. So if you're ever interested in that, send me a DM and we can see if we can maybe make it work. I'm being pretty selective with who I let do rooms because I want to make sure that we're delivering the best content to the impact entrepreneurs. But with that said, these are some creative ways and things that I've learned in scaling to 100K. And so with that said, my strategy from now onwards is really growing my club. I've built a good audience on there, but now I really think that to take things to the next level, it's going to be all about building the club. So if you want a video on my exact strategy for growing my club, it's pretty innovative and it's something that I haven't seen anyone else doing, then drop the word club down in the comments below and I'll get that to you. But hitting 100K followers really was about thinking of those 3 phases. First of all, you have the hitting 5K followers, and then from there you have the building the audience phase, speaking on other people's stages, sharing value and sticking to your one zone of genius. And then from there it comes down to collaborating with other people and finding other people who you can do rooms on industry focused topics that aren't ultra niche, so that you can bring in a good sized audience. But then after you've done that, then let's say you got 50K followers or so, that's when you can do your actual own rooms. So those are the 3/4 stages to having success on Clubhouse. And just remember, stay in your own lane, add value, and then if you want to do lead gen, just do it from your own rooms, okay? Don't do it from the rooms where you're in other people's rooms. People don't really like that. Just lead with value, be authentic, and realize that you don't have to be on Clubhouse all day, every day to be growing your audience when you start growing your clubs. And by the way, if you're wanting to get clients with Clubhouse, I have a strategy that I've been using that we've now generated multiple 6 figures from in 2 months. So if you go to impactclubhouse.com, you can get access for free. I'll also drop the link in the description box below.